Hello dear student, myself Mr. Aditya Bhagat, Assistant Professor in Botany from the SVKT College Devdali Camp Nasik. Today we are going to learn about the chapter number first, that is the Introduction to Ecology in class TYBSc Botany. Here first one, the sessions agenda of this today's chapters. Here to study the concept of ecology and also defines of ecology. Then next one points are also studied that in these chapters. Here the interrelationship between the living world and the environment. Then after that, a level of organization, components and dynamisms of ecosystem. Then to study the concept of homeostasis, Nietzsche concept and concept of limiting factor. This is the sessions agenda of this today's lecture. Then before start the first point, we just discuss the learning objectives of today's session. Here to define the ecology, then after that to study the interaction between the living worlds and the environment, then also to describe the level of organization and components and dynamisms of ecosystem, and also study of homeostasis concept, Nietzsche concept, and last one point in this chapter is here to study the concept of limiting factor. So here first one, concept of ecology. This is the first point. We know that student, the survival of human beings which are depends on the nature's resources and understanding the this environment condition. So in this course of times, man has the exploited these resources and pose the serial threats for its own survival. Hence, the ecology hold the key role in these positions of this interdisciplinary branch of environment as well as botany. So we study the meaning of this ecology. The word ecology, which is derived from the two Greek word, that is ekos and second word is logos. The ekos means house and logos means to study up. Here the simple meaning of this ecology is to study the interrelationship of these living organisms and their environment. So this is the simple meaning of this ecology. But according to the E.P. Odum, the study of structure and functions of nature is known as the ecology. And one more definitions which is performed by this next scientist, that is scientist Haeckel. The study of relationship or of organisms to the organic as well as inorganic environments. This is the definitions of ecology. Then ecology is the most prominent topic in this also research criteria. So broadly, the ecology is defined as the structure, function and interaction of living organisms and their environment. So this is the concept of ecology. Then moving to the next point, that is interrelationship between the living worlds and their environment. So in that interrelationship between the living worlds and the environment, there are the both forms of complex factors are involved in this relationship, such as biotic components and abiotic components, and both components which shows the dependence to the each other. Then this interrelationship between the living worlds and the environments we studied on the basis of example. Okay, we take an example. See here, this is the pond ecosystem. In that pond ecosystem, there are both factors are present, such as living factor as well as non-living factors. Respectively is known as the biotic and abiotic factors. Abiotic factor is present here in that pond ecosystem, like a plant, then some algae, frogs, deers, insect, etc. All these living factor which are interacted with the abiotic components, that is the light, then water. That means the biotic components which are dependent to the abiotic component. That means here this pond ecosystem to shows the interrelationship between the worlds and the environments. Then after that, next point, a level of organization. There are mainly 6 level of organization in ecosystem as well as ecology or environmental cycle. Here the first and basic level of organization is individual. Individual, that means it includes the single one species, that is the single plant, then single insect, etc. So after that, the next level of organization is a population. Population, that means it is the collections of individuals with the same species and within the same area. So this concept is known as the population. Then next and more complex level of organization is community. So community is made up of different populations interacting of plants, microorganisms, animals within the some defined geographical area. So this concept is known as the community or the level of organization. Then after that community, the next level of organization is ecosystem. Ecosystem is consist of different community of organisms which are associated with the physically factors. So this is the ecosystem. Then after that, biome. Biomes, that means it is the unit of similar in natures or similar group in the nature. So this is the biomes. For example, deciduous forest, grassland forest, coniferous forest, etc. And then last one and more complex level of organization is a biosphere. Biosphere is the global of sum of all ecosystem interacted with this all these factors such as living factor and as well as non-living factor. That means on the earth there are so many organisms are present with the interact with the abiotic factor. So this is the levels of organization. This is the simple one concept of this ecology and more importance also in that ecology in these points. Then moving to the next point, components and dynamisms of ecosystem. Here there are two components of ecosystem such as biotic components also known as the living components, and second one is the abiotic components also called as the non-living components. Here the first one we will discuss the biotic components. The biotic components which is divided into three main groups, that is producer, second one is consumer, and last one is decomposer. Here discuss the first one is producer. The producer is the chlorophyll bearing green plants such as phytoplankton, green algae, also grasses, etc. They are also called as the autotrophic in nature. That means they can prepare their own food materials in the presence of sunlight. So this process is known as the photosynthesis, and ultimately these producers or these such types of making a food material which is provided to the living organism. So this first biotic factor is known as the producer. Then consumers. The consumers, that means the organisms that get their food by eating the producers or other consumers. So this concept is known as consumer. And last one is decomposers. But before discuss the last one, decomposers, we just moving to the second one points, that is the consumers. The consumers which is again divided into the four groups, that is primary consumer, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers, and last one is the omnivores. In that primary consumers, the such organisms which is feed directly on the plants also known as the herbivores. Then secondary consumers which is feed on these primary consumers, then tertiary consumers which is feed on the secondary consumers respectively, and last one is omnivores. Omnivores, that means they eat both plant as well as animal. For best known example is humans. So this is the omnivores. And the main third group of these biotic components is a decomposers. Decomposer, that means the organisms that get their food by breaking down dead plants and the animals. For example, fungi and bacteria. This is the decomposer, and this all this system is known as the biotic systems of this ecosystem or biotic components of this ecosystem. Then second one component is here abiotic components. This is also main components of this ecosystem. In that abiotic components, there are various factors are involved such as air, soil, water, minerals, then light, temperature, oxygen, etc. Here the water, we know that we often said as the water is life. So every organisms which is need for the water for their survival in nature. So water is also important abiotic factor, that means to provide the minerals by carried out by this water system to the plants, and ultimately the plants which is survive, growth and reproduce to it. Then soil is also important abiotic factors. Soil which are provide the structure, then supporting to the plants. Then the main functions of this soil abiotic factor is here, the soil is capable to the water holding capacity. So this is also important abiotic factor to the plants. Then light, you know that the sunlight is the important source on the earth. It is essential for the photosynthesis. That means the plant which are use the carbon dioxide and water to prepare the food material or sugar material. And ultimately they can provide to the animals or the living organisms. Okay, next factor is light. Light is also important abiotic factor. The light is essential source on the earth. They are essential for the photosynthesis. That means the plant which are absorb the carbon dioxides and water from this light or from these atmosphere conditions, and ultimately they prepare the food material, and this food material which is provided for the animals. So this is the light factor. Then oxygen is the also importance as a biotic factors in that ecosystems. So oxygen is the source of cells for providing the energy, and ultimately they can growth reproduction in the nature. So oxygen is also important abiotic factor, then temperature, etc. Then moving to the next point, next concept is here homeostasis. The simple meanings of the homeostasis is here, homeo means similar and stasis means particular state or condition. So an ecosystem which can maintain the biological equilibrium between different components and is referred to as the homeostasis concept. That means the particular ecosystem which is balance or the maintain or stable these particular systems. We can take an examples of aquatic ecosystem. In that aquatic ecosystems, there are the abundantly forms as the phytoplanktons or the zooplanktons. This zooplankton which is maintained by the small fishes, and also small fishes which is maintained by the large fishes. That means the level of these organizations or the level of these particular organisms which is maintained by the each and every another organism. So this concept is known as the homeostasis. Next point, niche concept. Here the niche concept, that means how the organisms live and survive in that particular environment condition. That means which can oftenly used as the particular organisms which is play a functional role in that ecosystem, and which are includes the various aspects of life in that ecosystem such as shelter, food, diet, etc. The broadly niche concept we will again describe to as, if the species create its own niche in an ecosystem, it would be helpful in reducing resources for the or among in this species. Then we can take an example of birds. That means we can understand how the birds differ in eating habits. So some birds are only eat insect, some birds are only eat fruits, and some birds are eat both insect as well as food materials. So we can conclude that the birds are living in similar habit in their different niche because of different eating habits. So this is the niche concept. That means which can the particular organisms which plays as a functional role in that particular system. So this concept is known as the niche concept. This concept is divided into the three types such as habitat niche, second one is the tropic niche, and last one is the multi-dimensional niche. In that habitat niche, that means the organisms which is occupied the physically space. Then tropic niche, tropic means food material, the organisms which is feeding on this particular food material in that particular environmental condition. So this is the tropic niche, and last one is multi-dimensional niche. In this niche, which are involved the or this niche is the more complex niche, because of there are various components are present in that niche, like a biotic components as well as abiotic components. So this is the multi-dimensional niche. Then also study as the fundamental niche and realized niche. In that fundamental niche, the fundamental niche is described as the species which is accumulated or which is used by the all possible resources and conditions under the conditions of survive, reproduce and grow in the absence of competitors or competitions or predators. But the realized niche is exactly opposite to the fundamental niche. In that realized niche is include as the more limited set of the resources and condition under the species are grow, survive and reproduce in the presence of competitors and as well as predators. So this is the realized niche, and this realized niche which is occupies the fundamental niche. Okay. These are the two niche, mainly fundamental niche and realized niche in the niche concept. Then after that, the last point in this chapter is here limiting factor. So the limiting factor, that means a resources or environmental condition which limits the growth, distributions or abundance of an organisms or population within an ecosystem. That means in that particular ecosystem or particular area, there are the some factors are limited in nature. So this is the limiting factor, and these limiting factors which is broadly described in these two categories, like the biotic limiting factor and abiotic limiting factor. In this biotic limiting factors, which is included as the mates, competitors, foods, etc., or as well as resources. And in that abiotic factors or abiotic limiting factors, which is includes the space, light, area, etc., which is included in the abiotic limiting factor. We can take an example of an biotic factors. If there are not limited amount, not fully amount of the resources are available in that particular forest area, so here become the food become the as the limiting factor. And in that abiotic factor, we can take an example of pond ecosystem. In that pond ecosystem, the particular living things or particular fishes which is not get the sufficient space or sufficient area for their survival, so space become the limiting factor. This is the example of this limiting factor. So see in these figures, there are much more limiting factors like a biotic as well as abiotic factor which is included in this figure. That is the competitors, then disease and parasite, weather, fires, then available habitats and predators. All these the limiting factors. The limiting factors is again two more important types, like a dependent limiting factor or the independent limiting factors. So this is the limiting factors. Okay, students, these are the today's main sessions on this introduction to ecology. These are the important sessions for the MSc entrance exams as well as the competitive exams like MPSC and UPSC, and most important is the in that botany student as a forest exam. In that forest exam, the main paper of these forest exams, the ecology paper are the wholly involved to it, and this is the simple one paper. So which again more scope of this ecology in the research area as well as the another field. Then the session assignment of these today's sessions here, two question is here, we can solve to it and to choose the correct one. Then student assignment. Here there are four questions is here in that student assignment. First one, to define the ecology and ecosystem. Then second question is explain the components and dynamisms of ecosystem. Third question is here, write a short notes on homeostasis and Nietzsche concept. And last one is write a short note on limiting factor. All these four questions which can solve in your notebook and upload on this our official Google Classroom. This is student assignment. The summary of this today's session is here. In this first chapters of this plant ecology subject, to study the concept and defines of ecology, then also study the interrelationship between the living worlds and the environments, level of organization and components and dynamisms of ecosystem. In that components ecosystem, we can we will study two components of this ecosystem, biotic as well as abiotic components. Then also study in this chapter is here homeostasis and Nietzsche concept, and last one is concept of limiting factor. So in that next lecture we are discuss the definitions of population ecology, then characteristics of population ecology, then also describe the population growth form, and to difference or to study the R and K selection phases. Okay, all these points are discussed in that next lecture. Okay, thank you.